Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Loans and Coffee. My name is Janae, also known as Indigo Nay on Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. And I just want to start off by saying, I know you guys are probably wondering, and if you're not wondering, I'm going to say it anyway. I graduated in May, and that is one of the reasons why I decided to return back, because school took a part of most of my attention. And now that I've graduated and I'm working, I decided that this is the perfect time for me to get back into my craft and my joy. And of course, social media always provides me with as much inspiration as needed. So we're going to get started. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I'm not even going to lie to you and say that I will decide to make sure I do this every week, because it is just me. You know, I have my amazing co-hosts here and my previous amazing co-hosts, as always, who have helped me. But, you know, when it's one man that has to edit and put the music and post it on YouTube and do everything together, it takes a lot. But I love what I do, so I will try my best to stay consistent. So thank you. And let's get started. So before we get started, I'm going to introduce my amazing co-hosts. So let's get started with the person to the right of me. Left of me.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Taisha. It's my first time up here. I'm 24 from Newport News, Virginia, and you can follow me at Unsung Bird if you're looking for travel and school aesthetics. And you can follow me at Taisha's Journey if you're looking for fitness, confidence, and self-love aesthetics. And that's me.
All right, who's next?
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Alicia. Originally from the Bronx, New York. Known Janae since high school. Also just recently graduated with my master's degree. You can follow me on Instagram, Naturally Curly Goddess. Also be on the lookout for another page soon.
Coming soon.
Blessings. But I'm excited. This is my first time, and yeah.
It's Nick in the building. You already know. I'm from Jersey. Nothing really crazy. 3 years living in Virginia, Norfolk. That's it, really.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining.
Yo, it's Ant. I'm the 804. Glad to be here. Appreciate it.
All right, so let's get started. Thank you, everybody, of course. All right, so today's controversial topic. Doom. Boom. So I seen this post on Instagram that the title was, Study Shows Dating Opportunities for Men Are Decreasing as More Healthy Relationship Standards Arise. So now let's get into why. All right. So the post stated that men are reportedly at their loneliest romantically as potential partners are not settling for the same dating standards from the 1990s. Apparently, men today outnumber women on dating sites and have become the largest group of long-term single people in the last 30 years. Shocking numbers. So first, before we get started, I guess let's kind of have a pretty good background on you guys as a whole. So I guess I'll say, are you guys currently dating, pursuing, dating, exclusively dating, or single and living your best life?
Or hoeing.
That's what I meant by living your best life. So let's get started with everybody else but me. So Taisha, you go first.
Let's say I am dating unexclusively, pursuing a husband.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
All right, Alicia, what's your current status?
Well, I am single. You know, I am single. I'm not married yet.
Let me get a drink.
But I am dating, you know. And then the right one will come.
Thank you for that answer. Mr. Nick Nack Paddywhack.
Single, you know, just looking for the right person right now. As it goes on, you know, women come and go, you know, but I'm just looking for one right now, you know.
Amen to that, my brother.
You're the one.
Yeah, I'm dating. It's going pretty well. Very well, actually. Very well. You know, we
Is it
loving
Ant?
here. We loving it here. Yup.
Okay.
Y'all making me
Not you got me blushing on my podcast.
Nah, I'm blushing too.
Okay. Thank you for that response, sir. All right. So everybody here is basically dating. Nobody's married. Nobody's kind of like, but pursuing something more serious, basically, is what everybody's saying. All right. So the next question is, what do you guys think is the difference between now and back in the day? So I'll go first. Personally, I just think back in the day, women did not have more rights. Better to say, like, we didn't kind of have the ability to kind of do things on our own. Yes. And that kind of forced a lot of women to be put in a marriage or stay in a relationship that they didn't have to because they didn't have the opportunities that we have now. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of things I noticed too is I feel like a lot of the older generation of women are kind of speaking more to the younger women on like, don't do these things. These are the mistakes that I made and I learned from it and I don't want that from you. Like I'll use my mom, for example. Like my mom wasn't married. She has 2 kids, did the best that she could, had great support. But when it comes down to me, I'll joke around and be like, Mom, I'm going to have a kid. And she's like, that's not a problem, but, I want you to get married. Like, I want you to have somebody there that supports you. Like, she learned from her lessons and wanted better for me. So what do you guys think? What's the difference between now and back then?
I think we value ourselves more. Especially getting, like you said, advice from the older folks, like settling down by I wouldn't say by yourself, but I don't know how to put it. Like, someone go. I just blinked out.
What do you think?
I agree with everything you said. I think for me personally, it's more of, not my grandma calling me.
All right.
For me, mostly it's based on like what I see, like my older generation go through, and it's like I'm learning by watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say it is. It's like I don't want to be there.
You don't want to like kind of live what they lived.
Right.
You learn from them.
Yeah.
Got you.
So it's basically the same thing.
Let's hear from the men. What do you guys think is the difference?
For sure, like the way you guys explained it and everything, like a lot of women had to be forced to marry and everything because of the rights and stuff. But I feel like it's more like, oh yeah, my fault.
It's okay.
Man, you just drew me a blank.
I'm sorry.
Move it closer to you.
Essentially, I'm just saying, so I guess tell me from the male perspective, what do you guys think changed from back in the day to now?
Yikes.
I don't know, maybe like kind of like social media, I think. Like it's more easy to get like the message out, and things like that. But yeah, pretty much social media has like I think like changed a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay.
For the better or worse?
Yeah.
Better or worse?
For the worst.
For the worst. Can you
elaborate on that one? How has it changed for the worse?
For the worst, because everything is an illusion, really. Like everyone living their best life through Instagram and Facebook, but it's really like it's just pictures and videos of what they're doing at that moment, not their life story,
Well, I think of course people are gonna get on social media and only post their good days. Most people don't get on there and post the fact that like they posted this picture of them in Aruba, but not the fact that they were crying 5 minutes before they took the picture because they're there because they got broken up with. Like nobody fully is transparent on social media as well. I definitely feel like we did go off on a tangent, but not to say.
I mean, you're right though.
Just what?
Like, not just women, but men too. Like we put on a front. Point blank period. We put on a front.
But I guess my question is like, what is the purpose of the front? Like, who are you really trying to please? Because I'm saying
And yourself.
Okay, because I'm like in the dating scene. So like I'll say like this, in the dating scene, I think a lot of people are corny. Like I'm keeping it a beam. Like I think a lot of people are corny, especially on social media. I don't like flexers. I don't like people who get on social media taking pictures of money or like what they have, and like that means nothing to me because you could still be a bum.
And you're still using that for rent. So let's keep it a buck.
Rent is expensive.
All right, inflation.
Okay.
Joe, what you doing?
You ain't lying. You just cash your check and go straight on Instagram.
I'm saying, so it's like flexing means nothing to me, but I realize a lot of people get on social media, specifically men, because they want to appease to certain type of women. And, you know, I know myself and Taisha had a conversation about this not too long ago about, you know, sometimes men get to a certain level or get to a certain status, and then all of a sudden it's like, I want to attract these women that I couldn't attract before. Like when I was a bum or when I didn't really have much. And it's like, who you really doing it for? Because do you really want a woman who wants you for yourself or who wants you for what you have?
Right.
So, men, does that matter to you?
For sure, I would like a woman that like me for me, not for the what I have in my pocket or what I have in my bank account, for sure.
Have you ever flexed on Instagram before, though? Like, not even, I can't say your birthday because you can flex on your birthday, but like.
Big flex.
Not at all.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Anthony?
Well, in my younger days, like MySpace days, we had like what you call
Dang,
Not the
quarterback.
MySpace.
apple cider, and I was flexing like with a little bottle, or whatever, like my middle school days.
Not
But
the
other than
apple
that, no, I don't be flexing. I mean, nah, ain't no point.
I
I
like
got to
your,
impress nobody.
I like your shirt, by the way. Rep the Versace.
Versace.
Appreciate it.
My brother and
Copyright.
All right. So back to the topic. So I guess my next question is, why do you think more men are single? Why do you think more men are single?
Because some men want to be outside.
I want to be outside. Wait, can we define lonely?
That was the next question. Thank you for jumping the gun.
I'm sorry.
So let's finish with, why do we think men are single?
I feel like they have standards just like us, like females.
But is it realistic?
No.
That's what I
Well,
think.
it depends. It depends on the guy, I feel like.
Wait. Let's piggyback real quick. Let me ask the men.
Yeah.
What are your standards in a relationship
Yikes, I'm scared.
or dating? What are your standards in
Here you go.
the dating?
For sure,
you each get a mic.
personality. I'm not really into looks and stuff like that. I'm more on what's inside and what can I relate to.
So when you say what you can relate to, I need you to elaborate for the people listening.
Not into looks. They're not going to believe that.
So you ever dated
Because
somebody you
I'm
wasn't
saying-
attracted to?
Right.
No.
Okay then. All right. Looks matter. It's not a big thing, but it matters. So when you say personality, what type of things in personality are you looking for that are standard? Not like, oh yeah, you know, she has to be nice. Like, what are like your non-negotiables?
Like physical?
No, just in general, yeah, personality.
Loving for sure.
Okay, loving. We love that.
What does loving look like? I'm sorry.
Now go ahead. I'm curious.
Loving mostly like showing that you care. Like I don't like people that just be nonchalant about anything. Like just affectionate stuff like that.
Okay.
So you like intimacy?
For sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony.
For me, it's like a vibe thing. Like if we click off rip, then you know it's good. But if not, then you know after the first few links, then it's like no. But if we click after the first few links, then we good. Like.
So just to get off on a tangent real quick, I'm sorry, this is a great conversation. We don't usually have a lot of men tuned into Loans and Coffee that often, besides Mark. Shout out to Mark. But I guess my question is, do men really know from the beginning whether or not somebody's going to be...
That's a good question.
They know.
No, I don't. Not from
Suspenseful music plays. Do, do, do.
I've learned the opposite.
Yeah, me too. What do you think, Anthony?
After the first couple times, like, yeah, I probably know. Me personally, I know. I think, but yeah, I think so.
Do you know, as in, know if, oh, this is one I'm just having sex with, or is it one that I'm like, this is wifey?
Like, how do
Material.
you
Yeah, that is a good
differentiate
question.
between, oh yeah, I'm a smash and that's gonna be it, or
Or just having fun for the meantime.
right? Good questions. Good
Me,
questions.
something like just clicks my mind. It's like, oh yeah, that's the one. You know, just clicks my mind, just like that. I don't know.
Damn,
Now,
men
how
think
often
so different
do
from
men
women.
think they're the one, like the female's the one?
What's that again?
How often do men say to a female, like, or think that a female's the one?
You said
Do
how
you
often?
Yeah, like, do you do that every female that you interact
Oh
with?
no, not at all, not at all. You just like I said, like you just know when you just feel it in you. I love it. like in your, you just feel it in your
You ain't
chest.
lying.
You feel that joint, like yeah.
I never.
It's not
thought
everyone.
about
No, it's not
all this.
everyone. No.
That's
It
interesting.
is not everyone.
Nope.
You know, I just asked the question to Taisha, and I just asked her, you know, not asked, but I was kind of like, oh, men and women think so differently. Do you think we think like that? You think that we know off rip? I feel like as women, sometimes we get deluded, like, by our fantasies and what we think in life, when you just think
it's
that
the potential.
somebody's gonna be it.
Yeah, I think women, we think ahead
too fast.
Right.
Like, I personally, what I've done in the past, where I'll think about someone that I'm dating, and I start to think about the future. Like, okay, like,
let's get married tomorrow.
All right, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then most men don't have that mindset. So then it's just like, whoa, hold on now.
Like, you're doing too much.
Just chilling, and then when you fall back, that's when they don't care. So, all right, okay. That's what y'all baby thinking too.
Anyways, I think the point that I was making too, as why I think a lot of men are single, or just people in general, because women are single too. I just think the difference is more, a lot of men aren't as happy with being single as a lot of women are. And I think that might be, you know, because I want to know, like, do you guys take yourself out on dates? Like, what does being single look like to a man? Because as a woman, I could say I have the best time hanging out with my friends, doing a lot of stuff for myself, like self-care, working. Like, I invest so much energy into me when I'm healed. But I feel like sometimes men struggle with being alone. So I'm curious, like, what does being single look like to you guys who are actively dating?
To everyone, or just the men?
The men first, and then we'll piggyback with the women.
Okay.
Say it again.
What does being single look like to you?
Oh,
like, describe it. Is it miserable? Is it?
I mean, I guess when you first you feel like in a relationship, and you like just get broken up with, then yeah, it sucks. But after that, when you start healing, just you know, and solitude is where the healing happens. So solitude is important. So if you can't be in solitude by yourself, then that's a problem.
Come on, big ant.
You know, that's a problem. If you're not happy with yourself, then you probably won't be happy in a relationship. So you gotta be happy with yourself first and spend time with yourself first.
Preach it.
That's the whole thing. But on me, when I was single and like, you know, stuff like that, I just, you know, went to the gym, watched some TV, slept, read some books.
You better
read,
read.
you know. Yeah, stayed out the way, you know, nothing too crazy.
I'm like, that sounds like you.
Would you be reading?
That sounds like you right now. Wait, I'm sorry.
Right now I'm reading The Bluest Eye.
Who's that by? Who's that by?
Toni Morrison.
Come on.
Yeah.
Shout out to Toni Morrison.
Real good. Gotta finish it though.
Black authors.
Yep, they
got to play.
They do? Word.
I seen it.
Are y'all serious right now?
No, I'm dead ass. I seen it.
No, I meant, are y'all serious about talking about this right now?
Oh, sorry.
I'm over here like,
Nick, what does being single look like to you?
To me, it's more like self-improvement and seeing and evaluating yourself as a whole. As an emotional connection is like, it's cool and all to have friends and all that, and like brothers to help you out in that time of need. But like, as a single man before, like, it was more like just seeing what I can do for myself and evolve more for myself.
That's good. It's crazy because, you know, from our perspective, I think we thought that men just be single and that's kind of it. Like, nobody's taking time to actually heal and work on their trauma and why past relationships went bad and stuff. Because I had an episode not too long ago where I talked about going to therapy. You know, I had a lot of toxic people on my podcast that day, and I was like, you know, you should seek guidance from a professional. And I'm like, I'm not just saying that because I'm a therapist, but, you know,
I just you humble. I'm a therapist.
Because I'm not licensed.
Janae is a future therapist, and she will be a therapist. Come on with the manifestation.
Okay. But the point is, you know, I guess as a woman, I never took time to really actually sit and think about, like, what does singleness look like to men, or what does healing look like to men? Because I feel like what we don't understand as men and women, we are not the same. We're not. We don't think the same. We don't act the same. We are not the same, and that's okay, and that's what makes it beautiful. But we spend so much time trying to force each other to understand each other without understanding the fact that we're different, and learning how to understand who you are and who I am, instead of trying to force you to think like I do. And I think that's where the problem typically comes in. So I think that men are single because, yes, women have raised their standards, and some of them do not want to raise to that bar. as well as insecurity, not feeling good enough, as well as I just think we don't understand each other as a whole, men and women, regardless of race. I can't speak for white people. Sorry.
Not the YT.
Yeah. So I guess my last question that I will ask you guys is, what do you think men who would like to pursue long-term relationships, who are struggling with being single, what advice would you have for them?
Go to therapy, ho.
Say it louder in the mic.
I said go to therapy, ho.
Thank you, Taisha.
You're welcome.
Nice words of wisdom.
Journal, read books, talk to people that are where you want to be.
Mm.
That's very key.
I agree with that. You can't be listening to people who are like promoting toxicity and encouraging you to go out here and be a slut if you want to be a husband. Like,
Right.
if you want to be a slut, be a slut. But if you know that your goal is to like find a woman that you want to settle down with, like talk to people who are already married or on the same level as you, because you're going to have the people that's going to encourage you to be like, man, F these, you know, who cares about them? Like, go live your best life. And you're like, damn, I kind of want some love. Like, my fault. You know, my bad. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. Talk to people on the same wavelength as you. Any advice for the men folks?
The men them.
I'd say like reflect on your past relationships. Think about where you went wrong and learn from it. Because every relationship that I've been in, I've like reflected and learned from it and then grown from it. So the next one, you know, they get the best version of me. So reflect on yourself. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Also, you know, don't worry about it. Just focus on you. Then it'll come eventually. That's how things work. You know, if you worry about yourself, then it'll eventually come along.
Snap, my brother. Snap. Nick, what you got to say to the people?
I agree with Anthony. Majority of the time that happens, but it's just persistence to what you want. If you just want something in the long term, you just wait for it. Things come. You just manifest it like y'all.
What?
We all.
It's like, dang, that's deep. We got to get some more men on the show more often.
I feel like everything I've been basing is based on the men that I know, because I don't know guys like that's gonna talk like this. They're gonna be saying some dumb shit.
Literally. Like, actually. Shout out to Mark. All right, Alicia, you got anything you want to say? Any advice to the men?
I have a question.
All right.
I always have
Wait, let Alicia go, and then we'll... Nothing? Okay.
I don't think so. I think you guys all said it
Thank you, Alicia.
perfectly.
Taisha, one last question.
Okay, my last question is, because I'm realizing I've never talked to guys that think like you guys, is what do you think the difference is between a boy and a man?
Shabalaba.
Hey, a man know what he want. Little boy play games. That's all it is to it. Simple as that.
That was simple.
Maturity for sure. As in communication and just playing games and just talking to other females while you're talking to main one, stuff like that. Like having side girls, still talking to your ex.
Don't get me started.
Did that answer your question, friend?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So that ends today's episode of Loans and Coffee. Make sure you guys don't forget to click the link in my bio and subscribe on YouTube. Tell your people, tell your friends. And the next episode is probably going to be one of my second faves. We are going to play the game of life. So again, of course, my name is Janae, also known as Indigo Nay on Instagram. Don't forget to follow me. Thank you to my amazing co-hosts. I appreciate you very much. I hope you guys learned something from this episode, and stay tuned for next week. Thank you.
Peace.